Part 1. The Setup South Side, Chicago, present day. Regina Gina, Washington stood on the cracked sidewalk of 63rd and Halsted. The wind off Lake Michigan whipping her silver braids like battle flags. At 70, she still wore the same navy blazer she'd bought in 1983. The year she closed on her first duplex with a $3,000 Section 8 down payment. The blazer had survived 3 recessions, 2 divorces, and 1 bullet hole from the '92 riots. It was armor. Across the street, the 6-flat she'd bought for $42,000 in 1995 now appraised at $1.1 million. The city had changed. Gentrifiers in Lululemon joggers, a Starbucks where the liquor store used to be, but the building still stood, brick-proud and unapologetic. Like her. Inside her South Loop condo that evening, her son Marcus and daughter-in-law Tiffany were waiting with clipboards and fake concern. "Mom, we found the perfect place," Tiffany cooed, sliding a glossy brochure across the marble island. "Golden Years Manor, Memory Care Wing. They have watercolor classes, a salon, even a little putting green." Marcus nodded, his $3,000 Tom Ford suit straining at the shoulders. "Dr. Patel says early intervention is key. You forgot Aunt Loretta's birthday last month." Gina's fingers tightened around her coffee mug. She hadn't forgotten. She'd sent Loretta $500 and a card that said, "keep spending it before these vultures do." But she let the lie hang in the air like smoke. She'd been testing them for 6 months, leaving forgotten stove burners on, misplacing her phone in the freezer, asking Marcus 3 times what day it was. Each time, their eyes lit up like slot machines hitting jackpot. She knew the playbook. Step 1, plant doubt. Step 2, medical evaluation. Step 3, guardianship petition in Cook County Probate Court. Step 4, liquidate mom's $6.2 million portfolio while she knitted scarves in a lockdown ward. But Gina Washington didn't build an empire by being anybody's fool. Part 2, The Empire. Flashback, 1978. 18-year-old Regina Thompson, fresh off the Greyhound from Mississippi, stood in the Chicago Housing Authority office clutching a manila folder. Inside, her high school diploma, a letter from her mama, don't come back broke, and $400 in crumpled 20s. The clerk slid her a Section 8 voucher. "You got 60 days to find a landlord who'll take it." She found Mr. Kowalski on 79th, Polish, grumpy, and willing to rent to a black girl if the rent was guaranteed. Duplex. $250 per month. She took the top unit, painted the walls sunshine yellow, and started night classes at Harold Washington College. By 1985, she owned the duplex. By 1990, 3 more. By 2000, 21 units across Englewood, Auburn Gresham, and Bronzeville. She learned the game. Tax liens, probate sales, FHA 203K loans. She partnered with black churches for down payment assistance, hired grandmas as property managers, and never missed a mortgage payment. Her motto, "Brick by brick, we take it back." Part 3, The Betrayal. Present-day South Loop condo. That night, after Marcus and Tiffany left with promises of just a few forms to sign, Gina opened her laptop. She logged into her Schwab Intelligent portfolio, $4.1 million. Then her Vanguard account, $1.8 million. Then the community land trust she'd quietly funded in 2019. Southside Legacy Holdings, LLC. Total net worth, $6.2 million. Liquidation timeline if guardianship granted, 47 days. She clicked into the trust documents. Irrevocable. Board of Directors. Herself, her lawyer Denise Park, and sister Mary Johnson from St. Sabina. Marcus and Tiffany weren't even contingent beneficiaries. She smiled. Checkmate. But first she needed proof. Part 4. The Sting. 2 weeks later. Golden Years Manor tour. Gina shuffled into the memory care wing wearing a housecoat and fuzzy slippers, props from her church's theater closet. Tiffany held her arm like a prison guard. "See, Mom? Private room, garden view, 24-hour staff." Gina squinted at the wall calendar. "What year is it again?" 2025, Mom," Marcus sighed, exchanging a look with the admissions director. A woman whose name tag read Brenda, LSW. In the corner, a tiny nanny-cam teddy bear, a gift from Denise, recorded everything. Brenda leaned in. "We just need your signature on the POA, Mrs. Washington. For your safety." Gina signed with a trembling hand. The pen was a UV marker. Later, Denise would reveal the signature actually read, "Fraud in progress, call FBI. Asterisk Part V. The evidence asterisk asterisk. Denise Park's office, Loop. Denise, 42, Harvard Law, daughter of Korean immigrants, laid out the files like a war map. 1. Audio recordings, 6 months. Marcus. Asterisk, once she's in, we flip the buildings in 90 days. Asterisk. 2. Forged medical evaluation, Dr. Patel's letterhead, but signed by a PAC who'd never met Gina. 3. Email chain Tiffany to realtor. Asterisk, list the 63rd Street 6 flat ASAP. Cash buyer from California. Asterisk. 4. Bank records. Marcus opened a joint account in Gina's name without her knowledge. Denise tapped the guardianship petition. Filed yesterday. Hearing in 12 days. Judge Rotenberg, she hates elder abuse cases. Gina nodded. Then let's give her a show. Part 6. The confrontation. Cook County Probate Court, 12 days later. The courtroom smelled of lemon polish and desperation. Part V. The evidence. Denise Park's office, Loop. Denise, 42, Harvard Law, daughter of Korean immigrants, laid out the files like a war map. 1. Audio recordings, 6 months. Marcus. Asterisk, once she's in, we flip the buildings in 90 days. Asterisk. 2. Forged medical evaluation, Dr. Patel's letterhead, but signed by a PAC who'd never met Gina. 3. Email chain Tiffany to realtor. Asterisk, list the 63rd Street 6 flat ASAP. Cash buyer from California. Asterisk. 4. Bank records. Marcus opened a joint account in Gina's name without her knowledge. Denise tapped the guardianship petition. Filed yesterday. Hearing in 12 days. Judge Rotenberg, she hates elder abuse cases. Gina nodded. Then let's give her a show. Part 6. The confrontation. Cook County Probate Court, 12 days later. The courtroom smelled of lemon polish and desperation. Marcus wore a navy suit, ironic. Tiffany clutched a Kleenex like a prop. Brenda from Golden Years sat in the gallery, whispering to their lawyer, Mr. Harlan, a man who'd been disbarred in Indiana for similar stunts. Judge Rotenberg, 68, black, no nonsense, entered. Case 2025, P004217. Petition for guardianship of Regina, Washington. And I'd like to play a video. The bailiff dimmed the lights. On screen, Gina in her condo, sharp as ever, narrating her empire's history. Then the nanny cam footage, Marcus counting cash, Tiffany mocking the old lady's scarves. Gasps in the gallery. Marcus went pale. Judge Rotenberg's gavel cracked. Petition denied. Case referred to Illinois Elder Abuse Task Force and FBI Chicago Field Office. Part 7. The Reckoning. 1 month later. Southside Legacy Holdings Office. The 6 flat on 63rd was now headquarters. Gina sat at a reclaimed wood table with Denise, sister Mary, and 3 new board members, all former tenants turned property managers. Marcus and Tiffany sat across from them, heads bowed. Court-ordered restitution agreement in hand. Terms: $2,000/month each to Gina until age 90, or $1.44 million total. 1,000 hours community service at Southside Senior Tenant Association. Public apology published in Chicago Defender. No contest to FBI investigation, potential wire fraud charges. Marcus's voice cracked. "Mom, we're sorry." "Save it," Gina cut in. "You don't get to call me Mom after trying to steal my legacy. You get to earn it." #### Part 8. The Legacy. 5 years later, grand opening. The Southside Legacy Community Land Trust now owns 42 buildings, 300 units, all permanently affordable. Rents capped at 30% of income. No evictions for seniors on fixed incomes. The ribbon-cutting ceremony packed the block. Aldermen, TV crews, even the mayor. Gina, now 75, stood in her navy blazer, bullet hole patched with gold thread. Tiffany, in a hard hat, handed her the oversized scissors. We planted the rooftop garden like you asked. Tomatoes, collards, even okra. Marcus, thinner, eyes clearer, added. The senior co-op board meets tonight. Ms. Loretta's running for president. Gina cut the ribbon. The crowd roared. Later, on the rooftop, she watched the sun set over the skyline. Denise handed her a framed article. From Section 8 to $60 million trust. How Regina Washington rewrote the rules. Gina smiled. Brick by brick. Epilogue. The letter. To my children. If you ever grow up. You thought my memory was failing. It wasn't. You thought my empire was yours to inherit. It never was. I built this for the grandmas on fixed incomes. The widows priced out by flippers. The black women who were told, wait your turn. You wanted to bury me in a lockdown ward. I buried your greed in irrevocable trusts. If you ever want back in, not as heirs but as stewards, show up. Roll up your sleeves. Earn the right to call this home. Until then, Regina Washington.